Kendrick Blackshire, a kid that's 242 pounds, 6'1", out of Mesquite Horn, who's the #1 player in Texas in the CCE magazine. But not only is he the #1 player in Texas, he's also the #1 player in Scout 247 and every other publication in the entire country. You're talking about a linebacker, folks, that started on varsity as a freshman, did not miss a beat, actually made that defense better, was a tackling machine, 247 pounds. Just to give you a little bit about this young man, this is a young man that's, like I said before, is already 6'1", 247 pounds. Today in the draft, it was only 3 linebackers, inside linebackers, that weighed in at more than he weighed, and he's only a freshman in high school, a 15-year-old at Mesquite Horn. He's the #1 ranked player for the class of 2021 in the 2017 edition of the magazine, folks. Kendrick Blackshire. Rolling on, 8th grade, class of 2022, Glenn Rice. Folks, he went to Penn State last weekend and showed up and showed out. You're talking about LeVar Arrington bringing out the top 70 kids from across the country to go play in Penn State Stadium, and Glenn Rice left arguably as the #1 player in the whole entire country. Maybe a couple of linemen across the country that you might argue might be a higher ranked prospect, but in the state of Texas, he's the #1 ranked prospect again for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. That's Glenn Rice, quarterback. Could be the starting quarterback for South Grand Prairie this fall. Glenn Rice, #1 prospect, class of 2022. Rolling on again, now we're in class of 2023. We just saw this guy, Kendrick Zay Luster, North Texas Cowboys. Everybody has a question, not only how good is he? He went from number 98 down to #1. That's a crazy jump, right? Watch the film and you'll see why. But the next question everybody has about this man is, where is he gonna go to high school? He's in the northern area, but everybody wants him, folks. Everybody wants him. And you'll see more film on him, and you'll see more of this kid. Look for him to be an early offer kid if he sticks at quarterback and he keeps on working on his mechanics. Rolling on down, now we're in the 6th grade division. We got our second defensive guy, and this guy's name is Caleb Mitchell. He's a QB hunter. He's already 6 feet tall, and he's playing for the mighty YU team. He's looking to make a change. I don't like this change, but I'm going to accept it. From going from DeSoto West to Trinity High School. He's going to be well coached. He's going to be somebody that I think that will only get better and better and better as he continues to grow. Right now, he's training with one of the top trainers in the whole entire state of Texas, in Brandon Tucker, and he's working on get off. He's working on being more explosive. He already has great hand placement. He already has the tenacity, and he already has the hunger to be the best. He's the #1 prospect in the class of 2024. Rolling on down again to the class of 2025, or you could call it the 10U division. This is the man, the myth, the legend. They call him DeAndre Tiger Riden. Tiger Riden, folks, it's not much of an argument. Even his peers tell me he's #1. The argument really is on who's #2 in that division. You're talking about a kid that's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. He's the most humble kid you're gonna run across. He has a hunger that's almost like a buzzard or a lion that hasn't eaten and he sees his carcass in his way. What is he gonna do? He's gonna go out there, he's gonna eat the prey, he's gonna kill the prey, he's gonna kill anybody in his way. That is DeAndre Tiger Riden. He's the #1 prospect in the class of 2025, AKA the 10U division. We roll on down, one more time, we roll on down to the 9U division. The guy out of Fort Worth, he's west of Dallas. His name is Hayden West. He's a bad boy. I call him the pigeon toe assassin because he has moves that nobody else sees. He has video game moves, folks. He's almost like you're on a joystick controlling this kid. He goes back and forth, left and right. He has the imagination that nobody else has in that classification. That's why he's the #1 guy. It was very close, I must admit. Very close. Had a couple guys that were vying for that spot, but Hayden West is our #1 guy in the 9U division, Fort Worth Longhorns. Last but not least, a guy that was not able to make it here today, but I'm telling you guys, this won't be the last time this kid's in the magazine. Our 3rd quarterback to make the #1 ranking, and this kid name is Maximus, the Great Denson. Yes, once again, Maximus, the Great Denson. He is a guy that, folks, I'm telling you right now, if I told you he was 11 years old, nobody would argue with it at all. He looks like he's 11 years old, but he's in an 8-year-old body. He has the arm strength of a 10 or 11-year-old. He has the mental mindset of somebody I've never seen before at the quarterback spot that young. He's trained by his father, a guy that played on the college level at quarterback, and he's really fundamentally sound. He is our #1 prospect for the 8U division. So there you have it, folks. I went through a speed turn right there, giving you all the top kids, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I just gave you #1s. Wait till you see the #2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6s. I'm telling you, Jerry Jones, if you know like I know, come see CCE. We catch, we cover the elite before anybody else does. Nobody catches kids at this age and walks them all the way through like we do. Nobody catches kids at this age and walks them all the way through like we do. CCE, a place where the elite come to compete.